Good morning. Thank you for joining me for yoga this morning. So if you'd like to join me in a seated position, it can be seated on a cushion or in a chair. We'll take a few moments just to get ourselves grounded and centered here. And we'll do a bit of a breathing practice. So as you get your body in a comfortable position, closing your eyes and noticing your breath as it flows in and out. And take a few moments just to really feel your breath as it enters in through your nostrils, moving down, sinking down into your body. And then feel your body release all the way back out, bringing in what you need the most and releasing whatever you don't need. If you'd like to place your left hand down on the floor, reaching your right arm straight up. And as you exhale, come over. Good. Pausing here for another breath. And then slowly releasing. Setting that hand down, lifting your opposite arm up. Reaching up as you exhale, come over to the side. Stay down with both hips, both sit bones here. And then slowly release. Good. This time sweeping your right hand across to your left side, to your left knee, sliding your left hand behind you, coming into a seated twist, sitting up nice and tall. Just feel how you're twisting and squeezing a little bit right through your back, right through your ribs. And then slowly releasing back to center. We'll do the twist on the other side. So bringing your left hand across to the right side, right hand behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Breathing in slow and steady. Next time you exhale, slowly release back to center. And we'll do one more thing in this seated position. If you'd like to bring the soles of your feet together and just do a little bit of a movement, rolling through your upper body and having this movement originate low in your torso. So feel this in your pelvis, in your lower back. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. Good. Coming back to center as you inhale, reaching your arms straight up. And as you exhale, releasing your arms and coming forward into a forward bend. And pause here for another breath. Next time you inhale, slowly rising up. And as you exhale, take your hands behind you, opening your chest, letting your shoulders drop down, lifting your chin slightly, just feeling that nice, lovely stretch in the front of your torso. Good. We'll slowly release. And bringing the legs out of that position, we're going to transition to a tabletop position. So getting yourself lined up here, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We'll do another little movement here, moving the hips from side to side. And then we'll slowly take that movement and circle around with the hips. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center. As you exhale, lifting your belly, arching your spine, letting your head drop down. And on your inhale, looking in the opposite direction. Lifting your chin, slight curve inward through your spine. And continue to flow with your breath as you exhale. Arching. Chin to chest as you inhale, lifting your chin up, looking forward. We'll continue this for 3 more breaths. This will be our last breath in the cat-cow position. Good. From cat-cow, come back to table position. And this time we're going to slide our arms out so you can come down onto your elbows, onto your lower arms. You can walk your knees back a little bit too. Just come into a lovely half dog position. You can lower your head to the floor if that's comfortable. On your next breath in, we'll come forward almost like we're going to drop down onto the belly, but we're going to exhale and come back into that half dog. So rocking forward and back a few more times. This time as you pull your hips back, stay there for a moment. And then coming forward again with your head. This time to slide your hands where your elbows were, coming back into table, curling your toes under, and lifting up off your knees in the downward facing dog. You can walk your legs out here a little bit from side to side, alternate bending the knees. And then from this position, lifting and then just settling the legs, lifting through your hips, opening here. We're going to come forward again, this time more in like a plank position. You can always drop your knees down and come into the half plank, or you can hold that full plank for another breath or 2. And then we're going to drop the knees down and slowly let the hips come all the way back into child's pose. You can lower your head down. Next breath in. Slowly rise back up. This time to come into a kneeling position. And we're going to come into a lunge. So we're going to bring that right foot forward to start. Feeling into the legs and the hips here. And if you'd like to, you can reach your arms all the way up. And maybe even look up. And as you exhale, come down with your hands. And we're going to come into the lunge and hold that position for a few breaths. Okay. From this position, start to pull your hips back, upright again. This time to slide your leg out, straightening that leg and centering the heel, lifting the toes off the mat. Pausing here for a moment. And then when you're ready, you can reach your arms up again and come into a lovely leg stretch here. You can take your hands to your thigh. Just careful not to push your knee back. Try not to hyperextend. If you're comfortable, you can bring those hands down to the mat or to some support on either side of your leg there. Good, we'll stay here for one more breath. And then we'll come back into that lunge position, back, and this time onto your back foot. We'll bring both hands to the inside of that right foot and come to center. with your hands between your legs, positioning your feet forward. On your next breath in, we're going to slowly rise up, reaching through the arms in the star. Good. Turn your feet out slightly. And we're going to bend the knees in the same direction of your toes. Come down into our squat here. Good. Pull those elbows down, helping to open the shoulders and the chest. Next time you inhale, reaching through your arms. Taking a few breaths here, and then we're going to slowly come down. Turn your feet forward and come into your wide-legged forward bend. Good. We're going to transition our hands, sliding them towards the opposite side this time. So we're going to come into the lunge with the left foot forward. You can drop that knee down for a moment, the back knee. You can come upright, centering here once you feel stable, reaching your arms up. And then as you exhale, we'll release that. And as you release that, we're going to slide the foot out, straightening the leg. Feeling that stretch in your thigh. You can use support here. Put some blocks on either side of that leg. We'll sink over from the hips and see if we can come a little bit lower here. Good. One more breath here. And bend that knee again, coming back into the lunge, this time lifting up onto your back foot. Looking back and stepping back into downward facing dog. From downward dog, drop down through the knees, let the hips go back. From child's pose with your arms reaching out in front. Inhale, come up. And this time you might take it into a slight upward dog. So from plank, you're just lifting your chest, lifting your chin. And as you exhale, come back. One more time. Good. Breathing in, coming back to table. And we'll breathe out, come onto the seat. And we'll prepare to come down onto the back. Rolling down from the lower back right through the mid to the upper back. And take a few moments here, keeping your knees bent, feet on the floor. Planting your feet firmly into your mat. Start to lift your hips up into bridge pose. And as you exhale, roll back down. We'll do that 2 more times. On the inhale, lifting. And on the exhale, rolling back down. Good. And then once you come back down, releasing there, you might hug your knees in towards your chest for a moment. And then dropping your feet again. This time sliding your arms out to the sides, doing a little bit of a rocking motion with your legs from side to side. If you'd like to, you can take your legs all the way to one side, holding that pose, turning your head to the opposite side. And the next time you inhale, come back to center and drop your knees to the other side. pausing here for 3 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. And just prepare to come into Shavasana for a few moments, coming into your most comfortable position to completely surrender and release. Letting go of any tightening of your muscles, any gripping or holding, and just let yourself relax. Feeling your breath come in like a fresh wave, bringing in nourishment and vitality. And as you exhale, feel that wave release, helping to deepen your relaxation of your whole body. Breathing in a fresh new wave. Breathing out and relaxing your body everywhere. Staying here for just another breath or two. And when you're ready, slowly reaching your arms up over your head, connecting your hands together, and then you can reach a bit more and come into a whole body stretch, moving your stretching your feet in the opposite direction. So extending out through your toes, pointing through your toes, and then pulling out through your heels. Releasing your arms, and you can bend your knees again. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your side. And preparing to come up to sitting. For a moment again, just sitting up nice and tall. You can bring your hands together at your heart. You can set an intention for the rest of your day, something you'd like to stay mindful of. Maybe it's taking breathing breaks throughout the day or pausing whenever you need to. Giving yourself that time to come into the present moment. Thank you so much for joining me for this morning practice. I'd love to hear how you're doing, so feel free to leave a comment or email me with a question. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.